So to those who cannot follow that skill of identifying the direction of the angles, you can just simply use the formula theta plus 360 degrees. The reason why I did not teach you the formula kasi when it's just formula and you're just memorizing the formula, you will not understand the skill and you will soon forget the formula too. But if you understand the skill of the movement of the angles, that's far better kasi that's the skill that we need to learn in trigonometry, the movement of the angles. Okay? So, nevertheless, let's do this. Our degree symbol is 60. Our theta is 60 plus 360. K stands for the number of positive or the number of negative. If we are just asked to find the first positive, that's just positive 1 degree. So that ends with 60 plus 360, and that is 420 degrees. And that's your first. Can you follow? Now, if you want to solve for the negative, that's theta plus 360 degrees. So that is 60 degrees plus 360. You're finding for the first negative. So that's -1. First negative, so that's -1. So therefore, that becomes 60 degrees minus 360 degrees. Why minus? Kasi positive times negative, that becomes negative. So when you combine them, this becomes -300 degrees. Okay? Again, whichever is easier for you using the formula or learning the process of the directions, it's your choice to choose which is a lot friendlier for you. Okay? But I suggest you learn the process of understanding the directions of the angles, because trigonometry is about the directions of the angles. Okay? That's it. So, that's it. You know this na, you know this na, you know this na. Kaya nga, look at our, let's try this here. There is a Cartesian plane because I want you to draw or illustrate the movement. If you just know how to solve using the formula and you don't understand the directions, this is nonsense. You will not be able to understand it. But look at this. Even if without you knowing the formula, just looking at your arrows and your directions, you will be able to follow your movement. Okay? Take note of that. Now, what if our coterminal angle is a radian measure? It's a radian measure. So we have this formula, theta plus 2k. If the coterminals are radian measures, so the formula will be theta plus 2k. 2k kasi 360 degrees. When you convert it to radian, when you convert this to radian, times pi over 360, pi over 180 rad. Ayan. So that becomes, this is equal to 2 pi rad. So therefore, 2 pi, this is 2 pi. Here. 2 pi rad, 2 pi k. Yan. 2 pi rad here is actually equal to the 360 degrees here in this formula. So they just mean the same thing. Okay? So when you are dealing with degrees, you use 360. When you're dealing with radians, 2 pi is your key to the formula. Okay? That's it. Just patalasas lang yan para alam nyo saan galing yun. Para di lang kayo palagi nagme-memorize ng formulas. You know where the formulas are coming from. So you know, you have this formula, 2k, 2k na akong 2k. 2 pi rad, sorry. Okay. Theta plus 2 pi k rad. Okay? Times k. So you know this process. If you are asked to find the first positive, multiply by 1. If you are asked to find the negative, Ay, tama ba sinabi ko? If you're asked to find the positive, it's positive. If you are asked to find the negative coterminal, you use the negative value. For example, find, you know the illustration na, ha? Find the next two positive coterminal angles of pi over 2. Pi over 2 rod. Okay, go. So how is that? I will do the first and then you do the second. So for k is equal to 1 kasi I need to find the next two. So the first one will be the k and then kayo ang magsosolve ng k is equal to 2 sa second positive coterminal angle. Okay? So let me just show this. So we have here pi over 2 plus 2 pi times your k is 1. Okay? So this is over 1. This becomes 1 times 2 pi, that's 2 pi still. So therefore, I have here pi over 2 plus 2 pi. However, I need to have the same denominator. So how will I make it the same? 1 ito, this is 2. I need to multiply both by 2 para maging pareho na. So therefore, this will become pi over 2. Sa ilalim na lang para di nalilito. Pi over 2 plus 2 times 2, that's 4 pi over 2. Now that they are the same in denominator, I can now add them. So that becomes, there's one here, and a missing one, a hidden one. So that's 5 pi over 2 radians. That is the first coterminal angle. Now, it's you who will solve for the second coterminal angles. Go. Type the answer in the chat box when you're done. Okay. Your classmates are now sending their answers. Let's see. And I'm glad they are the same. They are all the same. So, ibig sabihin, may chance na tama yung mga sagot nila. Okay, let's do this. Ready? So, we have here pi over 2 plus 2 pi over 1 times 2. So we have here pi over 2 plus 2 times 2, that's 4. 4 pi over 1. They should have the same denominator. So the fastest way to do this is to multiply both my numerator and denominator by 2 para maging pareho yung denominator ko. Shortcut yon sa LCD na napakahaba. So that's pi over 2 plus 2, 4 times 2, that's 8 pi over 2. Oh, they are now the same in the denominator. So therefore, when I add them, that becomes 2. There's one here, a hidden one. So that's 9 pi over 2 radians. That's it. Got it? Show a reaction if you understood that process. Let me see. How did you find that process? Okay, good. Now, this is just one process. If you want another process naman na para mas ma-imagine nyo yung pag-drawing kasi drawing the radian measures in the Cartesian plane sometimes becomes too difficult for some learners. Now, one way for you to do this is to convert your given, convert nyo to degrees. Convert nyo para ma-drawing nyo. So when you convert pi over 2, let me go to the other side. When you convert pi over 2 to degrees, you need to multiply it by pi over 2 times pi over 180. Oh, that's my technique naman. If I want to change my radian to degree, kailan ko kontra yung position ng pi. Kung nasa taas siya, so therefore, nasa ibaba yung pi na yung multiply ko. So that's 1 over 180 over pi. That's it. So therefore, this will become, this is 90 degrees. So kapag dinrawing ko siya, this is my angle. Ayan, this is 90. Can you follow? Mas madali kasi pag nagdo-drawing eh. So when I draw my first coterminal angle, when I draw it, that is from this point to that point. So that's 360 plus 90. That becomes 450 degrees. So 450 yung first. Okay? And then, another movement pa, plus 360 pa. So 450 plus 360, that becomes 0, 1, 810 degrees. And then, kaya lang, yun nga lang, paulit-ulit, pabalik-balik yung pagko-convert nyo. Now, I will convert 450 degrees. 450 degrees to radian measures. So therefore, times, gusto ko maging radian. So tas si pi over 180. Can you follow? And so, when I divide this, that becomes 450 divided by 180. So that is 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. So kung tingnan 90 to, I will have here by 90, this will become 5. By 90, this will become 2. So this will become 5 pi over 2 radians. Tingnan ko nga kung pareho tayo. Let's see. Jaran, 5 pi over 2. That's correct. And then 810 times pi over 180. So therefore, so isa pang revolution ang dadagdag. So plus 4. So magiging siyang 9 pi over 2 rad. That's it. So let me see. There you go. So that's it. It's your choice. Which is easier for you? Use the formula or convert and draw. That's it. So, sige nga, if I will be asking you, halimbawa, nag-e-exam na kayo, what do you prefer to use? Formula or convert and draw? Type it in the chat box, please. Sige nga, let me see. Which is easier for you? Okay, may nagsasabi formula. Okay, good. May nagsasabi mixed. Very good. Formula. Okay. That's it. Formula. Convert and draw. Mayabang yon. Very good. So again, whichever is easier for you, that's what you follow. Okay? Show a reaction if you understood that process. Let me see. Okay, very good. Yun, that's it. Next, let's move on with the circular functions of the unit circle. Ready? Madali lang to. This is very easy. Dito napapasok yung ating pinag-aralan kanina. If you remember the video, yung 5 kamay. Ayan yung 5 kamay na yon. Okay. Ready? Okay. Now, let's do this. For you to be helped, you need to have a copy of this unit circle. This is the unit circle that we will be using to understand circular functions. Okay. Now, before we continue, I will give you 5 minutes muna to stretch, to rest for a while, Let everything sink in. Uminom kayo, mag-CR kayo, stretch for a while. At exactly 2:21, don't leave anymore, ha? At exactly 2:21, just come back for the continuation of our discussion. Is that okay with you? Madakal talaga. That's it. Pero madali lang siya. Ay ko naman sa inyo, madali lang siya, mahaba lang. Okay? So, 5 minutes for your break. Be back at 2:22. Go. Okay, so we're now back with our circular functions. And this time we will be learning the sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and the cotangent using our unit circle at the unit circle. Okay, let's now start. I suggest you secure a copy of this unit circle because this will be your Bible. This will help you in this process. Okay, let's start. When we say circular function, this can be defined in terms of the arc length and the coordinates of the terminal points of the arc on the unit circle. Okay, so therefore, this time from the initial side going in different directions, we will identify the angle and the measurement of the arc as well. Okay, so let's now start the ball rolling. So we need to be familiar with sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. And I also want you to focus on this. Look at here. These are the coordinates of the different points. Here. Yan, oh, these are the coordinates. Please take note of them. Kaya nga sabi ko, it will be helpful if you have this unit circle with you. If ever naman, you can also make use of the video I showed you a while ago here. Kasi ito, bibigyan ng technique para hindi niyo na kailangang tumingin lagi sa bilog. And this will already give you an idea on what value will you use. I'll also send the link of this video in the chat box if you want to learn from it. This will be of very big help. Yung mga M-toppers ko dati, yung mga lumalaban ko sa M-top, basta't alam nila itong finger hints na to for the functions, kahit wala itong bilog na to na unit circle, they will survive the process. Kasi this is a shortcut. This will teach you how to find the values without looking at the unit circle. Okay, I sent the link in the chat box. Kindly save it. If you want to learn from it, please learn it. Okay, now I told you to focus on the coordinates a while ago. Why? Take note kasi by just looking at these values, these coordinates, you will already get the value of their cosine theta and your sine theta. Why? Because the x-coordinate are the values for the cosine theta and the y-coordinates are the values of your sine theta. Okay, let's try. This is just very simple. Okay, let me fix these things para maganda silang tingnan. Okay, so let's have this as an example. Let's try find the 6 circular functions of anong magandang gawin? 30 degrees. Okay, ready. So, dito tayo nakafocus. Find the 6 circular functions of 30 degrees. Okay? So, paano ba to? So, therefore, all we have to do is to get the 6 circular functions. We have the sine 30. We have the cosine 30. We have the tangent 30. We have the cosecant 30. We have the secant 30. And we have the cotangent 30. Okay. So when we say sine 30, automatically, ito na yon. Sine, ito sine. It's the value of your y. So where's your 30 here? All you have to do is to look at this. Let me now erase all this para di sila nakakalito. I'll erase this for a while. Okay, so that I will only highlight the sine, the 30 here. So this is the 30 degrees. Ayun. So I would like you to focus on that kasi we're talking about the 30 degrees. So all your answers will be derived from this. So we have here the coordinates are square root of 3 over 2. Let me write it here below. So my coordinate for the 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2, comma, 1/2. Can you follow? So just like what I told you, your cosine will already be your x-coordinate and your sine will already be your y-coordinate. So let's now complete the values here. Sine 30, sine theta is your y-coordinate. So therefore, sine 30 is 1/2. Easy or difficult? Show me a reaction, please. Show me a reaction. Oh, see? Ang dali-dali. Ganun lang. Mahirap. Let's move on. Oh, let's move on with the cosine 30. Cosine 30 will be, cosine 30 is always the x-coordinate of that value in the unit circle. And this is your x-coordinate. So therefore, your cosine 30 is square root of 3 over 2. Oh, de tapos. Easy, difficult? It's easy. Next. Before we move on to tangent and the cotangent, I would like you to focus first on the other functions. Yung mga reciprocal ng mga functions na to. Take note, sine and cosecant are reciprocal functions. Magkabaliktad, kabaligtaran. Okay? So therefore, if sine 30 is 1 over 2, what do you think is cosecant 30? If cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, what's the value of cosecant 30? Type your answer in the chat box. Reciprocal ni sine. What's the reciprocal of sine? Type your answer in the chat box. If sine is 1/2, reciprocal hindi negative reciprocal. It's just the reciprocal. Reciprocal kabaligtaran. So if sine is 1/2, cosecant, the reciprocal will be 2 over 1. When you simplify it, it's just simply 2. Got it? So that's the value of your cosecant 30. Easy, difficult? Show me a reaction, please. Okay. It's just easy. Ready? Next, let's move on. Also, please take note that cosecant, cosine is the reciprocal of secant. Reciprocal ni cosine si secant. So, if cosine is square root of 3 over 2, what do you think is the secant 30? The value of secant 30. Type your answer in the chat box. Type your answer in the chat box, please. Kabaligtaran. The reciprocal of square root of 3 over 2. Okay. Okay, sige. Keep the answers coming muna, sir. Wait, sir. Sige. Tingnan niyo muna. Uy, may gumamit ng calculator. I don't like the decimal value. I want to see the fractional part. Alam mo yung mga nag-calculator. They are giving me the values. Okay, the decimal values. Ay, sir. the isosolve. Actually, when you press this in the calculator, ito yung mga lumalabas na values. These are the values. But, of course, I don't want you to just simply use the calculator. Learn the process. That's more important. Okay? Try to press sine 30 in your calculator. What will show up will be 1/2 or 0.5. Try to press it. Sige nga. If you have your calculator with you right now, press it. Sine 30, the answer will be 0.5 or 1/2 dun sa mga naka-natural display. See? Because 1/2 is also 0.5. Kasi ito mismo yung values ng mga yan. Oh, see? Now you know where these values in the calculator are coming from. They are really coming from the unit circle. Can you follow? Okay. Okay, let's now continue. This is the process. Everybody listen. Let's move on with this. I highlighted it. I made it bigger. So we have here cosine 30 and secant 30. The reciprocal of square root of 3 over 2 from cosine will become, baliktarin nyo, 2 over the square root of 3. Can you follow? However, that's not yet the final answer because bawal ang may radical sa denominator. So therefore, what will we do? We need to rationalize it. So multiply this by whatever is in your denominator, that's what you multiply to both the numerator and the denominator. Can you follow? So this will become 2 square root of 3 because 2 times square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3 over square root of 3 times square root of 3, that becomes square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is just 3. So that is the secant 30. Okay, show a reaction if you understood that process. Okay, okay. Don't forget to rationalize, ha? Especially if you have radical in the denominator. Okay. Let's now move on with this. Nasa tangent na tayo. Ready? Ready? Okay. Ready. Are you ready? Ready. Are you ready? Ready. Are you ready? Okay. So dito na tayo ngayon sa tangent. For the tangent, always remember this is always equal to sine over cosine. Sine over cosine. That is the value for the tangent. Okay? So, for us to solve the sine over the cosine, we just have to substitute the values. I think we will be needing more space here. Dito ako pupunta. Aha. Tangent 30, lipat tayo dito. Ayan. So, lumipat ako dito kasi gusto ko ng mas maluwag na space. Okay. So, therefore, let's now continue. Let's solve for the tangent 30. Dito banda. Okay. Game. So, to solve for the tangent 30, this will be tangent 30 degrees is equal to, what's your sine? That's 1/2. 1/2. And your cosine is square root of 3 over 2. Can you follow? And so, tangent 30 is equal to, copy your numerator. Copy your numerator. That becomes 1/2 times reciprocal of your denominator. Reciprocal of your denominator, 2 over the square root of 3. Can you follow? So that becomes, the answer is 1 over the square root of 3. Can you follow? O kaya naman, pwede namang shortcutan nito. Listen to the shortcut. I just show you first the mathematical process. Shortcut. Okay. It's a complex fraction. However, they have the same denominator, 2 and 2. I can simply cancel that out. So what's left is 1 in the numerator over the square root of 3 in the denominator. That's it. And they are just the same. Can you follow? So whichever method you want, no problem. Show a reaction if you understood the process for the tangent. Let me see. Carry pa? Okay. Thank you. And of course, for our cotangent naman, all we have to do is to get the reciprocal of the tangent kasi they are the reciprocal functions. So therefore, for the cotangent 30, this will be equal to, since they are reciprocal functions, cotangent 30 will be the kabaliktaran of tangent 30. And that is square root of 3 over 1. When we simplify this, this is just the square root of 3. That's it. And we're done. Those are the 6 circular functions. Show a reaction if you understood that process. Yun, 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 yun. That's it. Ayun, ganun lang siya kasimple.